wrong with Western culture and why the young generation become the main target of Western culture. I will let you know why this could be happening. At this time, the culture influence many foreign influence the development of teenagers who tend to imitate the style of Western culture, does not fit with cultural norms in accordance with Pancasila. Slowly, the land they began to live the culture of the East which is their culture on. Many people believe that by mimicking the foreign culture can considered slang, modern, and not so trap, as said by John Nisbet in his book Megatrends 1982, states that globalization raises the chance that will be experienced by the countries of the world. It shall be recognized that culture and Western civilization give great influence to the people of the world today. The influence of foreign culture to teens are very strong and make a lot of young boys lose the personality of themselves as a nation of Indonesia. It is indicated by the symptoms that appear in the daily life of teenagers, not is like the style of the association of teenagers today getting away from the guidance of religion. In fact, many now make the spectacle as a guide and guidance just a spectacle that many teenagers ignore. The teenagers tend to follow the lifestyle of Western people like free lifestyle that is hedonistic or happy manner of fun without thinking of the consequence that would arising from the events. As an example, in terms of behavior, many the behavior of the teenagers who are not in accordance with religious norms, even banned in the religious norms, like free sex, drug use, and juvenile delinquents, others who have gone astray. The consequence of not selecting the young against the influence of foreign culture, the entrance into Indonesia, and lifestyle copycat teenagers to a foreign culture. Then a lot of facts that show the impact of the cultural deviation foreign, especially for the youth, based on survey of the National Narcotics Agency (BNN) shows that prevalence of drug abuse in the student reached 40.7% of the total number of students, or about 921,695 people. In addition, based on the survey KPI in 12 provinces with the respondent 4,510 2010 obtained results are very surprising. Based on survey of known that 97% of middle and high school teenagers never seen a porn movie, 93.7% never kissing, 62% of the young junior high school was not a virgin, and of 21.2% high school did had an abortion. This is very concerning as to someone's relationship at this time, and that's all partly from the influx of foreign culture that adheres to the style left free. Some student problematica remaja. SS 28 January 2014. Then, how do we, as a young men, addressing it? Western culture is actually also has a positive side, but The negative side is a more dominant of the behavior of teenagers. If this allowed to continue, then our own culture will fade. If they fade, then the country of Indonesia, which is known as a respectable country and culture with a living history. From it, we must be able to maintain our culture. Don't get us more confident if we use the Western culture. We must be clever to choose a culture to the what we use the culture of which must be in accordance with the norms and custom of the nation of Indonesia. Don't get the culture that we use to violate the norm, especially religious norms, that relate directly to the Creator. We as a citizen who loves his native land. Definitely, we can keep what head and quarters we gave the form of culture. Wrong if we deride what has been the ancestors gave to us, and is an oddity if there are more citizens post the culture of other country and let the culture lost stolen by other country. Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep the culture and heritage of our diversities. It will be nice we then become the audience of our own culture, because it's not us who else will be the connector of this culture to the next generation. If our culture to fade, then our children and grandchildren in the future will only become conscious and audience culture of Americans in the future. Don't regret comes at the end of it really happened. Thank you very much.